Sound. 𝗬𝗚𝘂𝗿𝗫 that, can you hear me now? Hang on a second. Let me confirm. We're having some technical issues. Yes, there we go. Woo! Let's go. Man, I'm lucky that I was just flip-flopping into a few things that I want to talk about today, guys. Nothing too... We didn't start with the analysis. Imagine doing a half an hour. I think my record is about 10 minutes of just talking on a live stream and realizing 10 minutes late. So I've been seeing those crazy emojis from Aiden, from Aditya. Shout out to you, my man. Okay, because yeah, if not, I would have just... You know how it goes. I would have noticed. Okay, woo, let's go. So yeah, basically we're going to be going through the different levels, the different scenarios. We are bouncing ever so slightly at a support level, just a few $100s, but we're going to map the situation here from zero. Okay, sound is good. Confirmation, you can see me, you can hear me. Okay, everything absolutely wonderful. First of all, we're going to go through Bitcoin technical analysis. Try and find some important levels and try and map what is the highest probability move. Is it going to roll down to the downside? Okay, or is it going to start, wicking here at some support zones and then manage to get another push to the upside? We'll be going through some higher time frame scenarios here, looking at the pi cycle top indicator. Very interesting indicator here from the previous cycles. Okay, very accurate. And also taking a look at the liquidity, right? Where's most of the liquidity sitting? Can we fetch this liquidity first or the one to the upside? And map here the different scenarios based on the waves and the confluence that we have, so we can jump into a trading setup and scratch some dollars off the market. Lucky that was only a few minutes at the beginning of the stream, guys. Happy weekend, happy Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday. It is volatility, start of the week, and we need to get into some trading setups, okay? We'll be talking about maybe some altcoins later on throughout the stream, but also some higher time frame scenarios, a little bit of news. We know that Abu Dhabi Sovereign Wealth Fund is now the 7th biggest holder of BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. There's many good news out there. We can just go through it right now. Okay, Barclays reports owning 131 million Bitcoin. GameStop considering investing in Bitcoin. A lot of big, businesses and institutions. We know the deal, right? That is kind of long-term bullish. So Bitcoin's going to be in a forever uptrend with some small little bear markets, right? As it has done throughout its existence, right? Overall, it's in a big macro uptrend, and any bearish correction, well, eventually it's going to be bought back up, right? It's in a kind of an infinite growth right there, right? The future of money, online, digital, magic money, right? As they say. But we basically focus on trading, right? We want to, it's cool holding Bitcoin, right? And cool trying to speculate and making gains on altcoins throughout the next coming months and years, right? Make a 5x, make a 10x. That's all good fun, all right? But overall, we're here interested in trading, guys, right? Trading is our, bread and butter of every single day. We try to scratch here some dollars off the market, and that's what we do, right? So let's go through the comment section. First of all, say hello to the beautiful community, and then we'll focus straight away, guys, on the price of Bitcoin, as we do get some people jumping on a Sunday stream, okay? I usually don't do streams on the weekend, but, I thought, yeah, let's go. We need an update for a fresh start. What are the levels that we need to take into consideration? What are the waves? What are the scenarios, the projections, just to get you ready, guys, okay, for the week. Of course, we'll be doing another live tomorrow, but overall, let's get ready for that week, okay? Aditya, my man, much love to you, brother. Gailian, how are you? David, hey Andy, I've created a strategy on TradingView. It is 89 to 97% accurate. My man, if this is true, hop onto the Discord, send me a DM. We can test that strategy. I'm happy to put loads of cash on that strategy, my man. I am tired to be the one that needs to analyze every morning a few hours to look for the perfect trading setup, right? Being very careful with good risk management. That's the only way, guys, that I know. And we lots of brain power to try and map the structure. And if there's, I've tested many bots, and, they're just not long-term profitable, okay? So 89 to 97% accurate. How long have you been testing this? Give it you 30 days for free use. It's an invite only script, and I need your TradingView username to add permission. Right, David, send me a DM. We can test that out, okay? How long have you been testing this, right? This strategy. You know, if it's 30 days, it's still very, very... If it's already about, you know, 4-6 months tested, then I would say, okay, that's pretty start to be legit, right? But if you've only been testing it for a month or so, or a few weeks, you know, you need to give it a little bit, you know, has it tested, have you tested this strategy in volatile environments, right? Because that's what usually grid bots, right? Grid bots are great in ranges, but once you get a bit of volatility, grid bots are like, you know, you know, I've tested many grid bots, and with a bit of volatility, they just usually get wrecked, right? Anybody that's, you know, is familiar with grid bots, you know, they're good in ranges, but when you get out of the range, if you're not in the right position, then you know the deal. Man, altcoin season starts from tomorrow, says 𝗬𝗍. Maybe. Very possible. Alt season started. Yeah, maybe. We're going to take a look at that. In Spain, people have late lunch and chill for a couple of hours. That is very true, my man. 92K will be tolerable. Yeah, very, very much so. Where are you, man? I am here. Okay, there's been no sound. All of this is because of the no sound. We've got a super chat. You're muted, legend. Thank you very much. Even super chats here with the mute, no sound. Oh my goodness. That was horrible. That was horrible. Finally, now we hear you. Absolutely great. Okay, guys. Hello to everybody. Hope you had a fantastic Sunday. Just a quick chit chat as we do get some people joining, okay, and smashing up the like button, okay. And now we're going to focus on Bitcoin. Whoa, did you buy this coin, the Black N coin? No, I did not. I don't know where it is. Did that only launch? That maybe is gonna absolutely. Maybe it's a good name for a meme coin. I don't know. Maybe this could explode. I have one too, but it's on the other way. That's why we are lazy in the charts. Okay, yeah, we are lazy on the charts. Okay, very true. Scam. What's a scam? What is a scam? A coin. Legend Andy made Sunday. Okay, guys. Nice to see you. Let's focus on the TA, okay? Nothing too important in the comment section, just a big hello, lots of different comments. Let's focus with the Bitcoin technical analysis, okay? What is going on with Bitcoin? First of all, where did we leave Friday? We had this nice little move to the upside. My goodness, this was an awesome analysis from Friday. Managed to scratch some dollars off the market, as you do know, from this range, right? It was like, this is a kind of classic bear trap scenario where you have this movement up, then down correction. We were looking for a possible long position in this zone. Look for the double bottoms, guys. This has to reverse at some point based on this impulse, and, you know, potentially take out here the $98,000, which we did after 2 days, right? Did get into the long position here, did get into a long position here. Now, missed the short position. I was really interested in shorts, but what we talked about on Friday, okay, we always talk about what we mentioned on the previous stream. We just don't suddenly forget about it, guys. You know, I was speculating that we could have a few more 4-5s here, right? We had a double 1-2 possibility, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. I was interested in taking a short on Friday. I was interested. I didn't end up trading, okay, throughout Friday, Saturday. However, I was interested in shorting, right? Not too interested in longs, as we're creating a swing failure pattern here. You know, I was already long here from the last few days here on Thursday, a long position here on Friday. As we do extend and take out some highs, not too interested in longing, right? These small little pullbacks, more interested in looking for a short. So my overall idea here was, you know, an extended fifth wave. It's not too common, let's leave it that way, right? This was an extended fifth wave right over here. Usually you get the third wave being the extension, right, when we're counting Elliott wave theory. And we were given the possibility of a, you know, 4-5, 4-5, right, and then create a double top scenario somewhere in this range to then get the major pullback. However, this ended up being 5 waves, extended fifth wave, and we got a major pullback, okay? So overall, I missed out on this short. No, not sure. Maybe some of you guys jumped into the short position here. It was kind of acceptable. Just manage risk accordingly. Be aware that you could wick out here a couple of more times and then get the pullback. Just be ready to jump into another trading setup with very good risk management if we were to create those, you know, double, triple tops, right? As you do form that 4545 scenario in this area, right? Trying to get above 99k. So I missed out on the short. I was more interested in a bit of WikiWix here. That did not happen. So no short taken. Price correcting pretty much quite a lot, right? Oh, a couple of $1,000, nothing too major. So yeah, we need to try and map here, you know, what are the different waves that could happen. Weekends, eventually they break the chart a little bit. It's just like a boring sideways momentum. So can we consider this corrective, or can we, you know, consider this just, you know, impulsive to the downside? It's just about to roll over. We're going to be trying to map here this situation, okay, guys? It's not going to be easy. It's never easy, okay? I haven't done much analysis today. It's going to be a little bit of freestyle, here, trying to map here the situation live on YouTube, just so you can learn as well how, you know, I start my, you know, my analysis throughout the morning, and trying to map the different waves, Fibonacci extensions, where's the best confluence, what can we see on the chart, right, to get into a long position. And I have to say, I did an update yesterday, Saturday, in the Legends trading community, and you know, there was a few scenarios. Eventually, as always, we always take a look at different scenarios, which is basically, you know, shorts up here, longs down here, right? And the level which is getting a reaction right now, it's just a normal swing failure pattern, right? Let's leave it that way for anybody that, you know, is you know, just wants the basic stuff. You know, you basically wick down beneath this higher low from Friday, and it's got a nice little bounce here, as you can see, of a few $100s. Nothing too special, right? If this would be an epic bounce, if we start moving up here to 98,000 plus, then we're saying, wow, this was a great trade. But regardless if this is going to get a successful bounce or not, it was a good long entry zone where your stop loss can literally be beneath here the lows. You know, you got a few minutes to enter that long position, and your stop loss is glued here, right, beneath that low. Nothing too serious. You don't want to risk too much. This could be a trade. We are downtrending. It's not looking extremely nice for a reversal, right? You're kind of predicting here a reversal. This is very downtrending throughout, you know, late Saturday and Sunday, right? Today has been pretty much downtrending. So you know the deal. The trend is down. The trend is your friend. So this is trying to predict the bottom for a reversal scenario, right? So why was this the best zone to get into a long position? That was, you know, one of the levels that we were very much interested on that update here yesterday in the Legends trading community, right? We have this low over here, which could get a swing failure pattern sitting at $96,600 range, right? This level right over here, which we are getting a little bounce of a few $100s, right? Let me just give you that brief explanation. Why are we getting this small little reaction? Well, first of all, it's been a small little liquidity grab, right? We got a higher low from Friday, right? Most of you do know this scenario, right? As we do wick above highs and lows, they could give you an option for, okay, liquidity has been grabbed, we can short, okay? Liquidity has been grabbed, we can get into a long position. Stop loss is just beneath that low after the fake breakout, right? The fake movement to the downside, okay, beneath that low. So overall, it's an acceptable long position. First of all, swing failure pattern. What else do we have? Well, we do have the naked point of control from Friday, right? If we do take a look at Friday's price action, right, we do have here that high volume node. There's actually two spikes, okay? Depending on what exchange, you can have the naked point of control ever so slightly to the downside, right? Around about 96.7 or 96.8 range approximately, right? So you do have that naked point of control. The reason why it is naked, right, is because this was still Friday, okay? So it's this entire range, basically, where you have that high volume node. So it is getting a small little reaction. The question is, can it come down, right? Anybody that is in long positions here has an extremely small stop loss, right? Extremely small stop loss. This could recover and get back up to the highs of the range. What is disturbing is this lower high that was formed on Saturday, this one right there did not tap the high, right? And I really like when you form a movement to the upside and you slightly front run that level, which is kind of a target zone, right? This would be the first target zone to get to the top of the range of the weekend if you're trying to long, you know, either this pivot or maybe even this pivot. This is why we're going to talk about the possibilities, right, of the price, you know, maybe bouncing. We're managing risk here very, very well, guys. Always manage risk. It is not a zone of, I am bullish, I'm just going to put a bunch of limit longs and it will reverse at some point. There is a bearish case scenario on the higher time frame, okay, that I want to explain right away. I've been leaning on the side that this entire move to the downside, okay, from the last 2 weeks has been corrective. But there is a bearish count. Not the most beautiful one, of course, because it's a contracting diagonal. Now, what do I mean by a contracting diagonal here? Is basically that you've had your wave 1, your wave 2, okay, your wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5 right over here. And now that you've had your ABC kind of move. Sorry, this is actually from this point right there. You know, I would have to do the counts. This is your wave 1 right over here. This right over here would be your wave 1. This is your wave 2. This is your wave 3. Wave 4 and wave 5. Potentially, and you're forming kind of an ABC flat. It is very, very possible. Without a doubt, it is possible, right? Where you formed a little bit of a contracting move right over here, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got the zigzag here. You got another move down to finish your 3, your zigzag, and then another move to finish your 5. And right now here you formed an A, B, C flat scenario. I don't want to lean on, you know, I want to lean that this is bullish, a bullish move up, okay? I want to lean that this is pretty impulsive, and this is just a very large, complex correction here with a lot of 3 waves, right? Forming either a large WXY, and that this is gonna start moving to the upside. I'm leaning ever so slightly on the bullish side, but I have obviously you need to have your doubts, right? As a trader, right? This is higher time frame. I don't care too much on higher time frame because we trade level to level, right? I'm happy with a move of $1,000 to $2,000. $2,000 move on the price of Bitcoin for me is an epic day trade, right? I'm not looking for a $10,000 move, as you know, right? We're not swing trading. We're looking at nice moves of $1,000 to $2,000. That's an epic trade for us when we day trading Bitcoin. So overall higher time frame, it's just considering here this potential bearishness where, you know, this is forming a flat right there, and the fact that this cannot be the most beautiful flat scenario is because you got a 3-waver here, right? Unless you're counting, yeah, there's basically a 3-wave move up. So there's no real good count here for a flat. So leaning on the bullish side more and analyzing the situation here based on the bullish case, which is this is impulsive, and all of this that is happening here in this downtrend is corrective, whatever happens, and we'll finally get that leg up to $102,000 plus, which is taking forever, right? Bitcoin has been relatively boring throughout the last couple of weeks. Just a very, very slow downtrend of a few $1,000s, nothing too major. So hopefully we do get that volatility, okay, so we can get into some epic trades by the start of the week, right? People are getting boring, but for me, hey, for us guys, the traders out there, hey, you know, we need to trade the range, right? I missed out on this long. I was interested in shorts, local double, triple tops, right? To finish a 4-5, 4-5, and then get a major correction of a few $1,000s. So I missed out on that short. Missed out on a couple of shorts the last few days. Been more in long positions, such as this long, and this long, right? The exact lows basically from the last few days of last week, just catching the longs instead of the shorts. So we're going to go through the different scenarios, okay? Friday was epic, guys. Friday was a really good analysis, you know, live stream, okay? We very much, you know, looked at this as a bear trappy move where most are going to believe that this is going to roll over down, right? It just has that kind of rollover price action, very choppy. However, because of this move, we were considering that this is likely more impulsive and this is likely going to be corrective, right? It's slower, it's more choppy, and this is more promising. So we're leaning on the bullish side here. Let's see if we can get that leg up to get above $98,000. And that's when we zoomed in and we analyzed very carefully the waves inside here, the lower time frames, right? Looking at this flat here, looking at, you know, this is very, very possible going to be the low, either a larger flat or a smaller flat, right? This was the first case scenario, but then we had the other one, you know, we're saying, guys, if we do drop down to sweep up the lows, then, you know, the fourth wave wicks, okay, beneath the fourth waves is going to be your decision point, okay, to look to get into that long position. So that overall played out very, very nicely. So yeah, about this, okay, that was Friday, and we got this next leg up. I am a little bit skeptical, of course, with this move, right? With this movement here to the upside, very three wavy. I'm just a little bit concerned of, are we going to just continue this huge, big, massive range, and it's going to be a massive complex correction, right? Where this is just a never-ending downtrend full of three waves everywhere, right? We do have three waves here. We got three waves right over here. You know, there's three waves right over here. It's just lots of three waves in this downtrend. So it's getting very, very tiring to see, hey, how long can this extend? But overall, if we're leaning on the bullish side, right, we need to trade the levels, right? And the best level has been this one, I have to be honest, okay? The one that we mentioned on yesterday's update in the Legends Trading community. If we were to get that, you know, break down from the local levels that, you know, basically didn't hold as support, then the next big level is that $96,700 range, right? Naked point of control from Friday, wick of the low. That is the level where we could possibly get the bounce. You need to take action based on the reaction. And that's what's happened today. So this level could be the level that saves Bitcoin, right? Saves the downtrending move that we've had in between, you know, Saturday and Sunday, right? From the rejection of Friday. So this is a dangerous zone. It's always dangerous if you don't know how to manage risk. If you can manage risk, nothing is dangerous. Nothing is dangerous. For me, nothing is dangerous when we're trading, because if I don't get into the exact levels where I can manage my risk and I have a stop loss, I'm not getting in, I'm not FOMOing in, okay, and I'm not doing, you know, any irresponsible trading. I'm just looking at the levels where I'm interested to trade. So what if the price, okay, when we consider this movement, I don't like it too much. There is really, I would really want to see that this low does maintain, okay? We do maintain the 96,200 because that is the higher low that we were talking about on Friday, right? For me, this is crystal clear now that we've had the move and this movement to the upside, that this has been a one wave or an A wave, and this has been the B wave, right? Very much quite predictable based on where we could bounce. But now we can see it very clear once we got this next leg up, right? Now it's very clear that this has been a 1 and this is a 2 or an A and a B. That is the question. Has this been an A, B, C? All right, we've swept up some liquidity. It's time to go down. That is the question. So this is a low that for me is crucial that we need to maintain as, you know, not broken, right? Not the price action, not breaking down beneath that level. Any wicks beneath this low and recovery has to be a pretty decent long position. This is why local double bottom here, bring it on. You know, if we do react from the local low to stop out any long positions that have entered into the market, right, based on of the confluence, SFP right there. I think we do have the golden pocket from this pivot low to the pivot high, which has been front run, right? We haven't hit the golden pocket. So from this pivot low to the pivot high, right? Pivot low from Thursday to the pivot high of Friday. We do have the golden pocket ever so slightly beneath the low that has been created today. We front run that level ever so slightly. There is a daily level as well, exactly at that level. So if we go to the daily chart, right, the daily closes from the last few days, there's a daily level, right? You got the daily close from Thursday and the daily open from Friday, giving us that beautiful daily level. That daily level is where we do have the golden pocket, right? So a local double bottom here is just a great confluence area, right? We understand that. We've got a high volume node from Friday, right? Sitting right over here at this zone. We got the golden pocket from this pivot low to the pivot high from Thursday to Friday. We do have the SFP level, right? We got a daily level as well that hasn't been tapped. So this is a zone where the price could get the choppiness, right? The chop, right? We had a lot of chop here throughout throughout Thursday, right? Just trying to catch the double, triple bottom, right? Wick beneath the low, wick beneath the low. And we were understanding that this, you know, this downtrend was coming to an end. So we really want to catch those double, triple bottoms. Could it be the same scenario here where it just chops, right? Could it be the double bottom? Could it be the triple bottom, right? Where it gets a little bit more of an aggressive move down, right? And we maintain this higher low. Why is it so important for me to maintain this higher low? Because this could be considered, right, as a first wave to the upside. You know, this is the bulls need to defend this zone. If they don't defend this zone, you know, a little bit concerned. Could we swing failure pattern from this low? Yes, but we'll be breaking a little bit of the higher low, higher time frame, right, from Thursday and Friday. You breaking this level, yes, we could get a bounce, okay? However, you're kind of breaking a little bit of this uptrend structure, okay? There's a, you know, 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 3. It's not a third wave. We're retracing too much right now, unless it's an expanding move, which would be incredibly rare, right? That you're just going to absolutely, I wouldn't consider this as a, yeah, definitely not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Yeah, we ain't gonna speculate on those scenarios. I would rather speculate on a double 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 1. Very, very strange correction and very, very long, I have to say. So it's not giving us very high probabilities, as this corrective move from Friday's pump is just getting very long compared to the pump. But we need to give it a chance. There's no real invalidation, you know, with timing. It's just rare to see extremely long corrections, right? Like 6, 7, 8 times longer than your initial pump or your initial dump on a correction, right? When it extends too much, then, you know, we're probably looking at something else. But we need to consider it, right? As long as we have had this valid count that we had on Friday, right, which was this one right over here, which was, guys, you know, this was epic. I have to say, this was such a great level to get into the long position on Friday. Well, I didn't long the exact low. I longed the first retracement of the pump, seeing that sign of strength, right, and reclaiming those lows. Where you need to take action, right? The market gives you a few minutes to take action, right? You've seen what you want to see, right? And then you take action, and, you know, eventually that pump did come before the end of Friday, right? We wanted to see that volatility before the end of Friday, because we know in the weekends, yeah, there's probably not going to be much volatility usually, right? And we can see that with this weekend. It's been extremely boring. So overall, hey, what happens if Monday is, you know, it starts off bullish, right? If we've been correcting down, anybody, I'm not sure if we talked about this on YouTube, potentially not, because yeah, this was mentioned on yesterday's update in the Legends trading community, where, hey, if you want to take the chance of a long position, if we do roll down throughout, you know, Saturday, Sunday, your level is this one. This is the golden level to get into a long, to manage risk. And, you know, some of the legends probably are looking at this live stream. And we want to consider that if we do not lose this low, that this could be the low. If this low right over here, which is the low here, the higher low that we formed on Friday, right, from that ABC flat scenario, if this low is not lost, we are still uptrending from the last few days. However, for the day traders, we always need to zoom out at least 1 or 2 weeks, right? We are day traders, And this is what happens when we are very focused on the lower time frame, right? We're like, hey, yeah, we are uptrending the last few days. We are forming higher lows and higher highs. However, the last couple of weeks, we've been very much downtrending, right? So is this a break of structure? We can consider it. We can really speculate on a reversal here because we broke the downtrend structure ever so slightly with the moves, all right, throughout the end of this week. So we want to consider the bullish structure. Yeah, we are happy to look for longs at good support levels. Why not? Right? Why not? Could this be, a nice, beautiful double 1-2 here on the formation? We need to give it a chance, guys, right? We need to give it a chance. What I am a little bit skeptical on is still the liquidity that we have here. There is some liquidity here, guys. We don't like to have so much liquidity here in this zone. And I mean, this would be a relatively strong pullback of, for day traders of $1,000, right? Get below 96,000, possibly 95.5 to just grab that liquidity. So that higher low needs to be considered, even though I won't like it as a massive swing trade. It could be a little scalp day trade, but there's lots of liquidity here, right? We can put that text here and say, liquidity here. There's liquidity right there in the middle, right? This is a liquidity zone, and always in a liquidity area, as we do see on the liquidity heat map, right, just below $96,000. We can consider that once that liquidity is grabbed, that the price could bounce, right? The price could bounce, especially when you're claiming a higher low right there, right? So, however, I wouldn't consider it a massive swing long, even though it could be the swing long, a swing long position. But it's an acceptable long, I have to say. If you dip down beneath this low, you're grabbing liquidity. It's a higher time frame, higher low. Well, higher time frame from Friday's price action, right? A higher low right there. It could get a little bounce. However, I would be really sharp by taking profit at the daily level, right? This is a level where it is being support. You can see the bounces, right? There's a higher low from Friday, the bounce from today. This might be the low. This is why this was the long position area, okay? Mentioned. This is an SFP. I don't like to long late, okay, when it's pumped $500-600. If I can get in on $100 bounce on the SFP to manage risk like a beast, that is the moment that you would want to enter that long, or get into a very small position, right? And once we see a bit of sign of strength, right, and a zigzaggy structure, then you could potentially add to the position. But overall, the long position was that swing failure pattern here at this low. I added ever so slightly to the long position that I had here, where I got my entry here. So, I took literally all of the profits from this long position eventually as we are sweeping up the highs. This is a zone that if you're longing, you need to take profits here, because here I'm switching bearish. I want to look for a short, but I really want those taps here from the highs, those local, double, triple tops on the 4-5 waves that we were speculating on, which we didn't get, guys. I didn't get that, so I didn't short. I missed out on this movement down of, $1,500, give or take, right? Almost $2,000 that we had between Friday and Saturday. Got a little bounce here. So this is the level that could bounce, right? I don't like this long correction based on the pump that we had on Friday. It's just too long for a correction. However, it's been the weekend, and weekend usually is very rangy and very long, right? Saturday and Sunday, where you're very, very rangy for a long time. So the speculation here is, hey, we could see this as a nice wave 1 and 2. Maybe this is another wave 1 and this is another 2, where you do have a zigzag where it's basically corrected on Friday, bounced throughout Saturday, rolling down on Sunday just to sweep up that low. And it is a very shallow zigzag with a C wave just tapping the low here. We have to give it a chance. We have to give it a chance, right? There's just no, the overall local structure from the last few days is uptrending. I'm just a little bit skeptical on this being a zigzag. That's it, guys. We're rolling down, okay? So this would be the area that I would really want the price to, you know, hold on as support. So far, we're bouncing just a few $100s, nothing too serious. And I would consider, all right, anybody that is going to be up later on today, hey, we take that low and we form a double bottom. Very possible. If we break down and we get a little bit of a volatile move down to grab all of that liquidity, which is a few $100 million, right, beneath $96,000, then yeah, potentially this low right there could be an SFP level. Now, we do have the golden pocket from this pivot low to the pivot high. Of course, if we go that low, then we're crossing the golden pocket. However, taking a look from the pivot low of Wednesday to the pivot high of Friday, golden pocket is all the way down here, okay, at another daily level. I'm not too interested in this area, to be honest, okay. Could it wick down and then form the swing failure pattern? This is just, there is a daily level here that hasn't been tapped. I mean, this is only if we get a little bit of a waterfall. Oh, sorry, that daily level has been tapped. I don't know why I've got it here still on the chart. We did get a reaction throughout Thursday and we got above it. So yeah, no daily level. There's not really much here. So this is a zone that I would be very, very wary, guys. You know, I'm not too interested in catching a falling knife. The only falling knife that I would want to catch here is either a local double bottom and maybe a small scalp here from this pivot low, but losing this level and tapping that level. And I'm going to be a little bit concerned here with this area, okay? Anything beneath this level, all right, between 96.2 and 95.2 is a no trade zone for me if the price is rolling down. Now, if we roll down, you know, yeah, the golden pocket, we know it's always a reaction zone. It's just I wouldn't be happy to trade it if we start breaking down, okay? Just not happy for this to be a trading zone, right? Just keeping it simple. Can we consider this a swing failure pattern level? We do have the 7/8 Fibonacci. It would be another extra liquidity grab, and that zone could very much possibly get a reaction bounce, okay? So in this area between 96.2 and 95.1, I am not too interested. 95.2, sorry. Not interested. There's a bit of an empty zone. You're losing major fib levels. No major confluence right there. There is a naked point of control. There is a naked point of control, but yeah, you could consider it like an order blocks area. I mean, the naked point of control is with the golden pocket from the pivot low to the pivot high. So we'd have to reconsider this area not being an interesting zone to not trade. I mean, we know golden pocket, guys. Golden pocket is the strongest fibs level, right? From a pivot low to a pivot high on the higher time frame. So there is a naked point of control. My bad. This is actually an interesting confluence area. It's going to be very, very difficult because there is that bearish case scenario here, guys. This is a zone where, you know, that bearish case where we're looking at this being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a contracting move, not the most beautiful one, but regardless, it is there. Okay, it is there where we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here, and we consider this an ABC flat. I don't want to say that this is the highest probability zone, okay? I do see the possibility of reversing here. So, but this is really a zone where we have a lot of confluence. But if this bearish case scenario ends up being, you know, the waves, you know, this could be this area could absolutely nuke, right? No matter how much confluence we have. If this is the bearish case where we have this movement down in a contracting move and we have this ABC flat right there, and this starts to be, you know, wave 1, wave 2, and we're just going to build up that wave 3, we need to manage risk. Eventually, I'm more interested in a long position on this pullback because the short position was to be taken in this zone throughout Friday, which I missed because I was looking for another couple of waves up to form a double triple top. Okay, so the level for shorts is here. To short down here where there's so much support, I would rather speculate on the long position on the confluence areas. But note, this could be a dangerous area purely based on the bearish case where you have a move here in a contracting move, right? Where it is very much possible. I'm not leaning more on this side. I just realized that this could happen where this has been a flat right there. Not the most beautiful flat because this C wave is just a 3-waver. So it's like, yeah, it's not possible. So we're not giving that this scenario the highest probability, okay, where it's going to start rolling down. I'm leaning on the side that this is likely going to pump at some stage, right? So we're looking for longs just to stay on the defensive side, right? Because I know some people are just going to put limit longs, guys. You know, there's just a lot of traders that hope and expect that certain levels are going to hold. And yeah, we got massive confluence. We got a daily. We just SFP'd from this low. Yeah, this is going to be the low I'm longing here, right? And then you're not managing risk properly. You really need to be patient and wait for those levels to enter the trade and not just rush into a trade if you missed it, okay? Because that's when, you start, doing irresponsible trading, and that's when you get burnt, right? What if this is not the bullish case scenario where we're looking for a double 1-2? We're going to start popping up here and it rolls over, right? And it starts breaking down very aggressively. I want to protect the people that are not in the right side of the market. So, such as myself, right? If I'm looking for longs at these certain levels, I'm only going to trade the exact levels based on the reaction. And that is 3 levels in this case, right? More interested in the longs. I do see the possibility of the price bouncing from this area, right? The first level eventually was this one right over here, which was the pivot low mentioned yesterday on Discord. If you are in the Discord, you know what I'm talking about, right? This could be the level that could bounce if we roll throughout Saturday and Sunday, the 96.7. So, potentially some legends in the community have sniped the exact low here. But let's just get ready for, the deal. Sometimes the low is not in, and then you tap the level again. If you tap the level again, this is a good double bottom. I love double bottoms or triple bottoms. The more bottoms we have, the better, right? So, the double triple bottom here in this case where we haven't tapped the daily level, absolutely beautiful. If you double bottom here, you're going to tap the daily. I would consider the daily level as well as a reaction level. And what you need to see here at the daily level is basically get beneath the daily level. Boop, not interested in a long. Get above it, interested in the long, stop loss beneath the low, potential recovery. If you break down from that level, we could consider a little sniper here. A little sniper long, and I would really take profit at the daily level, at the session VWAP, which will very likely be climbing down here to the zone, right? That would be your take profit level as well, right? If you start getting that volatile move down here, boop, you get the reaction, VWAP coming down, VWAP and the daily. In between the VWAP and daily zone is going to be your TP area, right? It's just a little scalp. I would really be concerned of the price rolling down just because you've lost this low. When you lose a higher time frame, higher low, which is from Friday, then you just need to consider that, maybe those bounces are not going to recover, right? You're losing a bit of structure here. So more interested in the longs. Whoever jumped into the long, I think it's a long that you want to maintain. Okay, I'm in that long position, add a little bit to the position, very, very tightish stop loss. Anybody that is interested in trading, guys, remember that Weeks does have a great promo going on, guys. I'm not sure if this is going to be till the end of the month or just a few more weeks, but you get $100 just by signing up, okay, legends? If you do sign up and you link your mobile number, you're getting $100 with no deposit. $100 just by signing up and linking your phone number. Of course, if you do deposit another extra $200, you are getting, all right, an extra $100. So it's basically $200 for free with a very small deposit. All right. You just transfer the $100 to your futures platform, right? And in the next 24 hours, you are getting another $100. You can use that for trading and you can withdraw the profits, guys. I'm not sure how long this bonus is going to go on for, but it's $200 for free with a very small deposit. If you don't want to deposit anything, you get $100 for free regardless. For all of the big whales, the big players, you know, the more you deposit and trade, you can get up to $30,000 in your futures platform, okay, in your futures account, which is basically getting airdrops, okay, consistently. The more you trade and the more volume that you move, Weeks is gonna, you know, give you that benefit of just airdropping you, you know, thousands of dollars, the more volume you move while you're trading. You also get 50% fee reduction, guys, with the link down below. Only signing up with that link, okay, down in the description. You just scroll down, it's the second link. You get all of these perks, guys, okay? So that is, you know, absolute great, okay? Take advantage of that bonus for all of those traders that haven't signed up for Weeks. You just need an email and a password, okay? Nothing else for all of those people that don't want to link anything, right? They don't want to link their phone number or any docs. It is just an email and a password sign up, okay? So take advantage. It's one of the biggest right now where they just need an email and a password. Right, let's go right away through the comment section, okay? Because, you know, this could be the low. This could be the low for Bitcoin, and it does start pumping from this level. You know, we were very much aware in the Legends trading community that this could be the low based on the bullishness of the last few days, right? Not very bullish. We need to really consider the higher time frame perspective because we are downtrending not only for the last couple of weeks, but even the last, you know, 3-4 weeks, right? Since the 20th of January when we created the all-time high, we are downtrending, right? So it's like, we are downtrending really for the last few weeks. We are only uptrending for the last few days. So can this be the reversal sign? Absolutely yes. This is why we are traders. We are speculators that, you know, just doing analysis that this could be the reversal area. And we are interested in longing where we have the strongest levels of support. The first one here, majorly from this area, was this naked point of control from Friday with the golden pocket from the low to the high, which hasn't been hit. The daily level, this is why if we roll down, I'm considering a double bottom. Okay, guys, it would be another trade. If we break down, so be it. We're not putting limit levels, right? Limit longs. We don't trade the price as it is going against us, right? Against our idea. The only short trade was this one right over here, beautiful SFP. And the reason why I'm not too interested in a short trade on this downtrend, right, to jump into a short on this small little pullback is because of the bullish uptrend that we formed throughout the last few days. And since the Friday lows here, Thursday lows, you know, this could be a double 1-2. We have formed a little bit of a zigzag, and I'm still considering this price action that we had on Friday very impulsive, very strong. And also this one right over here was the leading move, and this was the corrective move. This could be the leading move, and this could be the corrective move. Meaning that if you do maintain this higher low, this could very much still be a double 1-2, and we're going to snap out with a third wave. So longs here, and not too interested in a short position locally, even though I'm very much aware of the local downtrend, those daily levels, not getting rid of the daily levels. If we take a look at today's levels, right, where we have the daily open, the previous day value area high, the previous day value area low. Let's take a look at today's levels, right, where we do have them on the charts. Sorry, my bad. These are not today's levels. Those are Friday's levels or Saturday's levels. Yeah, there we have them right over here. Today's levels. We did get less volume on this movement to the downside. So the leading volume here has been to the upside, just considering that an ABC does, a C wave does finish with high volume, okay? And it's very three wavy. This is why this is the bulls' chance here to maintain these lows. The bulls need to maintain this low right over here if we want to consider the continuation of bullish structure of the last few days, okay? Not bullish structure from the last few weeks. We know that we're downtrending, but the bulls have a chance, and this is the chance of the bulls in this area as explained. If we lose those levels, down we go. Simple. The bearish scenario is this has been a finished three-wave structure in an ABC. It's been a higher time frame corrective scenario, and this movement down has been an impulse. Not the most beautiful impulse because it's very, you do have kind of an extended fifth wave as well. Yeah, you finish with the highest volume. Could we consider a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? It would have to be an expanding move. We never like these scenarios. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? The third wave has not the shortest, but it's very, yeah, it's not very beautiful, not very beautiful at all. Not very beautiful at all to consider this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. An expanding fifth wave, the same as this one right over here, right? Expanding fifth wave also here. But that would be the chance for the bears, right? That would be the chance for the bears that this is corrective. This is corrective right there. And here you started an impulsive move down, which doesn't, it just doesn't look right, guys. It doesn't look right. But if that were to be the case, from the highs here on Saturday, because this is the highs of the bounce, this high did not take this high from Friday. So you need to consider it a lower high, right? Maybe on some exchanges you did take that high because it was just off by $50 or so. But for the bears, this is the downtrend since Saturday morning. Bang, bang. This movement down did not take out the low. I mean, it probably did. It probably did. I think we just scratched it ever so slightly. Hang on a second. Let's get a trend line. Let's get these levels out of the way here, guys, because we don't want to have a messy chart. Clean the kitchen, as Devil says. We missed out. Yeah. This front run this low. So that is not a confirmed low right there. So we'd have to consider this a confirmed low. So we got the movement down from this area, and this is when we're considering a wave 1. If we're considering this a wave 1, this has to be the first initial wave of the bearish structure. Then we need to consider this the end of the correction. So we've got wave 1, wave 2. What do we have here next? As we're mapping the situation, we got a lower high right there. So we need to consider this still part of the third wave. For the bearish case, guys, I'm talking about we form a lower high and we go down. But as mentioned at the beginning of the stream, okay, we always consider both scenarios. I prefer the bullish one, whether we get it or not, just because we have corrected down now very nicely. And for the bulls, we have this scenario, right? Which is kind of, we need to maintain this higher low to maintain the bullish structure. We got a double 1, 2. This could have been the corrective move in a zigzag. We just need to give it a chance at the confluence zones, right? Just to understand it as a trader perspective, right? As a trader mentality. If the bulls have a chance, then this is it. This is the zone for the bulls to get a recovery. And that's where you want to speculate on some longs. We can roll over. We can dump down to $70,000. It doesn't matter. We are not long. We're not adding to position. We're not getting wrecked like we do get some comments like the other day. I was very, very, disappointed by someone. Andy got wrecked. I don't get wrecked, guys. I can prove it. So we don't get wrecked here, guys. We always explain that. this is no zone to start playing around with limit longs and add to the position. If we start rolling over, so be it. Only we get into a trade based on the levels of interest if we manage to get back above them. Simple as that. The game is simple when you understand it and you apply the rules of the game. If you do not apply the rules of the game and you do whatever the F you want, you're going to get wrecked. This game is to take money out of you. This game is not to give you money. Yeah, trading is great. Let's make some, trading. I'm a trader. We're going to make, this is going to go up. This is going to go down. Just add to the position. We're going to reverse at some. No, guys. You know it. Anybody that has ever so slight experience knows that this is a dangerous game. And if you do not apply the rules and you don't have a proper strategy and know where to enter the trades, the market will come for your money. It is simple. The market is here to take money off you, not to give you money. So you need to be very, very strong with your zones and entry areas, and you need to understand, if I am wrong on my analysis, I am worried about the people that are following me and watching my channel and taking a little bit of, my advice, right? Not financial, but overall a little bit of, my advice based on trading setups. And you will be fine if you do apply these, these strategies. You will be fine because it's all about the risk management. And as you know, if the price dips down this low and dips down the daily, you will not see me with any long positions anywhere in this area. I will not be in a long position in this zone below 96,500. You will never see me in this long position. I will not enter this along here. I will not have limit longs. I will have a stop loss beneath the low. And I'm out of the market, but I'm not going to add to the position. If this rolls against us, if we are looking for longs eventually on this, speculating that it is a correction, and we want to see a reversal, be very cautious. Be very defensive, guys. The most important thing when you're trading is defend your capital, guys. Money will come in time. Defend your capital. Don't get into stupid trades, adding to position. We could be completely wrong. This is why we always consider ever so slightly the higher time frame. And there is actually a bearish count here that looks extremely awful, I have to say. This is why we're not giving it the probability. We're looking for that reversal potentially. But we always need to consider it. And it would be about time for the price to, get a volatile move, whether that is up or down. And if you're in the wrong side of the market, you are going to get wrecked here. The shorters are going to get wrecked here. The long traders are going to get wrecked in this zone. So we are expecting to leave this area. It's been extremely long. So I think by the beginning of the week, we should likely get a volatile move up or down. Leaning ever so slightly to the upside if we can defend these zones that I'm talking about today. These levels, these are plan Bs for little scalps, okay? If the market moves against the idea of getting a reversal, there's only specific levels that you can consider a scalp. That is this pivot low. We just need to consider it, guys. It could get a small little swing failure pattern. Not the best option in my opinion. This naked point of control, I like it because we have the golden pocket from the low created on Wednesday to the high created on Friday. We got a pretty large consolidation, order block, naked point of control, whatever you want. This should provide some kind of support. And you only can trade this based on the reaction. The moment the price action is beneath that naked point of control and the golden pocket, you're just not interested in being in any long position. If you get above the zone here, you can consider a long position based on the recovery to possibly get a nice move up. And eventually local double bottoms is an option as well. This happens a lot to me. I got stopped out in this zone, guys. But I did manage to get into the long, and you know, this paid my stop loss by a few times. So if there is an interesting level where the price could bounce significantly to get to the next level of resistance, in this case it would be the daily, or it would be the lows, it would be the VWAP, right, that will slowly be climbing down here. This could double bottom and you get an epic bounce, and you still, if you do manage to catch the double bottom, you know, this is going to pay, you know, 4 or 5 times your stop loss. So you know, I don't mind getting stopped out once and re-entering on a double bottom. This happened to me here. I got stopped out once and did manage to get into a long on the double bottom here. It was mentioned on the live stream as well. So at big levels of confluence, we can consider double bottoms. This is why we are considering this one right over here, where we front run to the daily level, and we have front run the golden pocket from this pivot low. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy to get into double bottom here, guys. This is the zone to get into double bottom, just because we front run the daily, we front run the golden pocket. It's a beautiful double bottom zone. We don't like every single double bottom or triple bottom area, but this one I like it for a double bottom. Yeah, without a doubt. We're front running very, very strong confluence area. So the fact that we're front running it, it could be tapped and then we get the bounce. So, you know, I'm not sure if I will be awake for this trade. It might happen here on stream. I don't know. We might roll over there, guys, and we might get that opportunity to get into that double bottom if we do get the reaction, right? If we break down, then there's just no trade to be taken, right? Till we get down to this low. Even though this low, I don't like it too much, to be honest. I think if we snap out that low, I think we could get an extra push down, and then the naked point of control with the golden pocket from this pivot would be the best option. Would be the best option here for a nice bounce. I don't like this higher low. It's kind of in the middle of no man's land. I mean, we probably have previous week close is above that level. Yeah, it's a little bit in it could get a small bounce reaction, guys. It's probably not worth it if the price is moving down very aggressively here to get into this long. I would prefer to see the 95.9k where we have naked point of control and the golden pocket from the low to the high. Anyway, I think it's about time to take a look at the comment section. Say hello to the beautiful community that is joining in here. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you are a subscriber from the last few weeks, you know that the last few days have been pretty much epic. I missed out on some local day trade shorts, but managed to long throughout the week very successfully. A long position here, a long position here, and a long position here on Friday, right? So really getting into the exact lows here. And this low is, you know, it was a falling knife catch, but it was based on an SFP from this low right over here, right? So it's been more of a long trading week than a short trading week. And as a day trader, we short and long, right? It doesn't matter, especially when you're in a big range. But last week has been more for longs. So, yeah, not much to say here, guys. Let's see if we do get that rollover and possibly test the lows. We were focusing on the bearish case here. Sorry, my bad. Right? If we are considering the bearish case, that this has been the last move to the upside, and we got this as an impulsive move down, which doesn't look too great. It would be an expanding fifth wave. This has been corrective. Then we're considering 1 and 2. So we got another 1, 2 right over here. We did not take out the low here, so we need to consider this as your third wave right over here to this low. And this possibly your fourth and your fifth, which is not looking good at all because you do have overlap here. The only thing that we could consider, yeah, it's just not looking good at all to consider this. Yeah, it's just wouldn't be contracting. You got this movement being larger than your, it's not larger than your third wave. However, you're breaking out here. Yeah, very, very hard to look at this as a bearish count. Because you got a lower high right there. So you got your 1, 2. Very three wavy. It could be a contracting move here. But yeah, not the most beautiful. I mean, the fact that you've got a higher low here from this pivot is just not making it easy for the counts. But if that were to be the case, this is your wave 2 right over here, and all of this is your wave 3. It's still not looking good at all. It would be a very, very dodgy, large, kind of contracting move, unless you're forming a double 1-2 here. Unless you are forming a double 1-2 where you got a 1, 2, you got another 1, 2. You got your third wave down. Yeah, I mean, this could be your third wave. You do have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Little bounce here. You're going to take out the low again. Hang on a second. Let's just count this here ever so slightly on the lower time frames, just to recognize if this is a leading impulse to the downside. Yeah, if we're considering this a 1, 2 right there. And this is your second 1, 2 right over here. Then you got another 1, 2 right over here. Just checking my connection, guys. There's something weird's just happened here. Oh my goodness. First of all, what's going on with the like button? My God. No way, legends. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, guys. What is going on with the like button? My God, this has to be the worst performing live stream with like buttons. No way. 233 likes with over 700 people watching the stream, guys. Oh my God, this is incredible. Wow. Just like says, thank you. Here, Francis. My guys, we're going to go through the bearish count here in the next coming seconds, okay? Then I'll go through the comment section. We are leaning on the bullish case. We're just trying to map here what would be the bearish case with this local move down. But yeah, we got a zigzag right over here. But my goodness, the like button, guys, I'm depressed. I need to go and take a hike. I need to go and take a hike as we do get that like button smash. My goodness, then we're just going to go through the comment section and we'll continue with the analysis on the bearish case. We're leaning more on the bullish case, okay? This area is very, very interesting. Confluence. Anybody that has just joined, we're going to map here a little bit the bearish case. At the beginning of the stream, we were mapping the bullish case, right? That this zone has to be defended. Double bottoms are interesting. Wow, like button. Oh my goodness. Let's get to 350 likes, guys, at least. And I'll be back in the next coming seconds. Oh, man. Oh, I'm just going to go and cry at the corner here. Because, wow, the like button. My goodness. It's not going to get up to above 350. It won't happen. Is it going to get above 350? That's my question. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I can see it rolling up. I can see it rolling up. Okay, good, good, good. All right. Energy, energy. More passion, more energy. Yes, we getting it up. Oh, yes. Oh, it's like a Red Bull, guys. Getting that like going. Oh, it's like a Red Bull. Let's go. Energy is back. Ah, damn. Got some bubbles getting in when I had that drink of water. All right. Let's go. People, let's do it. Okay. We're leaning on the bullish side, okay? We're leaning on, this could be the low of the price of Bitcoin. What is interesting to see is the CVD divergence, guys. CVD is really, oh wow, it's looking pretty damn good. There's more shorts entering here on Bybit throughout the last few days. There is more shorts entering here on Bybit throughout the weekend. Nothing too serious eventually, just a few $1 million worth of shorts, but we are getting those bullish CVD divergence on Bybit. We can see how we do have, since Friday's higher lows, we do have lower lows on the CVD, right? This is rolling down. It's also rolling down on the rest of exchanges, right? So from that zone where we were speculating on that 1-2, right? We've got a very confusing flat here with the news. We just got a bit of crazy volatility here. We're still considering that ABC flat, right? And then the push up, very, very nice. From that low, we do have higher lows. So we have to like this area. We have to like that higher low from Friday for a swing failure pattern, for a double bottom reversal. We have to like it, guys, because we have something that is in our favor. There's, you know, short speculation here. There is short speculation. There are shorts entering. It's not nice to see that liquidity pocket in this zone, but regardless, there is more interest in shorts throughout Friday. Okay, with the lower lows on the CVD here, higher time frame lower low. So that is a little bit in our favor, right? This is why we really need to consider that, you know, this can be traded safely, right? Either the swing failure pattern. I'm not sure if any of you guys managed to long here the reaction from this pivot low. I hope that if you are in the Legends trading community, you are very much aware of the levels of interest throughout Saturday, right? Which was leaning on, guys, if we roll down to this level, you know, this is your best chance to get into the long, right? $96,800. Which is not, you know, hey, I have to be honest. It's only bounced a few $100. Still, would I consider the long position now? I have to say, you know, it's a little bit dangerous to get into a long. I like to really sniper the long and enter, you know, maybe $100 above the level of interest. You know, you got a bit of time, but longing right over here and your stop loss at the low, it's just not a great, you know, unless you're getting into a small position. This is what I do. I might put a small long or just remain a little bit patient, because you could actually come down to the low. And if it just pumps from here, you know, just call it a day. You know, I missed the low, but there's more trades to come throughout the week, right? We've got more levels, more analysis, daily technical analysis, levels of interest here. If you miss the long position, it doesn't matter. You know, we'll find something tomorrow, right? That's what we have to have, that mentality, right? Don't rush into anything. If you rush trade or you enter late, you could be making big mistakes, right? If you wanted to consider the long here based on the liquidity grab and the bullish case scenario, you have to, if you enter late on the bounce, you need to consider that those lows could be claimed, and you hit the daily, and then it, you know, stops you out and it leaves without you, right? That is like the story of a trader, right? I got into the long, it stopped me out, and then it pumped, right, while I was sleeping. This happens eventually, right? You entered late, you put in your stop loss beneath the low, it stops you out, it double bottoms, and then price leaves without you. So we need to consider this double bottom as a long trade, guys. You know, it's just pretty obvious, right? And especially understanding that we do have a little bit of more liquidity down there. I mean, most of the liquidity is beneath 96K. Most of the liquidity is sitting beneath $96,000. I mean, there is quite a lot still slightly above 96K. But liquidity is really nothing, guys. When we're considering trading setups, I've seen massive liquidity of hundreds of millions of dollars being front-run by $1. You know, biggest liquidity pockets front-run by $1, right? Where you like, you know, most of the liquidity is sitting here, and the price doesn't catch that liquidity. Okay, so liquidity is really not in any strategy. It's just to take into consideration that there is liquidity, and you know, the market makers probably want to fetch it. Nothing else, right? Regardless of how much liquidity here, even though if there's $1 billion of long liquidations here, the price could still go up, okay? I've seen it many times. So liquidity is really not something that we can build a strategy. It's just to take into consideration and being cautious. So yeah, let's go through comment section. I can see that like button absolutely flying the moment that I talked about it, guys. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. I'm going to go through the comment section because I haven't talked about, you know, I got my mother here giving support. One of my first subscribers, my mum here in the comment section giving support. Dan Morrison, what do you think of the ADA news last week? I'm really not into what's happened with ADA, I have to say. I'm a little bit off on altcoins. I'm just really focusing on scratching some dollars off the market with Bitcoin trading. But my only fear is Wyckoff distribution happening instead of reaccumulation. Very true, Steve. You know, I do have that Wyckoff distribution chart here. This is only an idea, guys. This could be this is just something that is taken into consideration. The fact that we don't have massive volume on this downtrend, just like we did back in 2021, because volume is really something to take into consideration. I mean, this is the index chart where I mapped this. We probably haven't got the highest volume on this index chart, but what you realize on a Wyckoff distribution when you form three peaks is the movements down are very aggressively, you know, have higher volume. In the index chart, you can see the red volume slightly increasing more than the uptrend volume, right? When you're in an uptrend market, you want to see volume, you know, green, right? You want to see the highest volume being green, right? Which is leading the market to the upside. But when you start hitting a topping zone, in this case a distribution where you form the triple top, right? Or it could be a double top as well in a distribution, but we're talking about this one right now, the triple top that happened in 2021. On the movements down, you want to see increased volume, which was the case in 2021. And this time is a little bit confusing. You got some big volume to the upside, some big volume to the downside. Not that much to the downside. Okay, so you know, you don't have incredible, you got this very doji candle in the middle, which had the volume, right? Which was a bit of up and down volatility that we had on the 5th of December. But as you can see, I mean, at least on the index chart, it's probably not the best chart to take a look at the volume. But we can check Binance, actually. I can have a look on Binance and or Coinbase, more reliable, right? The biggest exchange in the US. That the movements down from all-time high don't have incredible red volume, right? And that's what, you know, Wyckoff is mainly volume. The Wyckoff patterns is mainly volume. Wyckoff and volume go hand in hand. For an accumulation, right? And the same applies on an accumulation. You want to see increased volume on a range when you have moves to the upside. When you're coming from a downtrend, you have higher volume on the movements up and lower volume on the movements down. Higher volume on the movements up, lower volume on the movements down, and then eventually, you know, this ends up with a breakout to the upside because this has been an accumulation. And how you can map this on, even on lower time frame, this applies, guys, right? When you're very rangy, this is why we were detecting many altcoins bottoming out throughout October and November, saying, guys, this is probably going to be an accumulation based on the bottom formation, a wave 2, on Elliott wave theory, right? There is a little bit of doubt now if that was a wave B, right? That was happening throughout August and September, where we got the pullback. That's another case. But when you take a look at the downtrend and you're ranging, when you see the movements up with high volume, you can really speculate that the price is bottoming out based on an accumulation, right? The same applies, right, as an accumulation or a distribution with a volume. In a distribution, you want to see high volume on the movements down, when you have moved to the upside and you're in a big fat range, right? Multi-month range in the case of Bitcoin. If you don't get high volume on the rejections, in this case from all-time high, it decreases the probability that you are in a distribution and you're very likely in a reaccumulation, okay? So I'm not really leaning on the side that this is a distribution and that possibly the next time that we break all-time high, we will smack out of all-time high and go to $120,000, $130,000, right? However, we need to consider the possibility of the rejection, and maybe the biggest volume sell-off happens in this area. Now, what is important to be ready to take this into consideration is if you break all-time high and you start closing daily candles beneath the previous all-time high, that is the moment where we can say, okay, guys, I'm not liking this fake out, right? This failed breakout based on multi-daily candles closing beneath the previous all-time high, because the same applies with this all-time high. We closed many daily candles beneath. We wicked above it and closed beneath it. A few days, we continued rolling down. So will we successfully break out and go into price discovery and pumping quite a lot? Or will we just wick above it, maybe close a daily candle or so, very poor breakout, and then get the dump and start closing daily candles here beneath the previous all-time high? There is the risk that the price rolls down. You close beneath the previous all-time high, daily candles, this could roll down and start breaking down the lows. That's when people are like, oh my goodness, you know, this was it. And this is looking at the daily chart. This would take many weeks to apply, okay? So, but that's the main difference right now. I'm not giving high probability on this scenario based on the volume. The volume, we should have seen, you know, if we would have seen this kind of red volume from the all-time high and low volume on the movements up, and start to get red volume here, big red volume on this movement down where volume increases, I would be like, okay, guys, this is not looking too great. You know, this is big money that is getting out of the market at all-time high. But, you know, this is not the case. It's not the case in this range. You know, you're not getting big amounts of sell-offs here. Reading the volume just like you did in 2021, you know, which was a pattern that we were also, you know, analyzing. And that's where I sold 25% of my crypto, everything except for Chainlink, in this little bounce over here. I didn't manage to sell at the high, you know, just got into this bounce. You know, altcoins were still okay, pretty much in pretty good profits, and then just decided on stream, guys, I'm getting out of the market. You know, there is a stream that I do talk about, guys. I'm out. I've sold 25% of everything. You never sell everything, but it was taking profit from the last couple of years of accumulation. Because I mean, the channel was created in September of 2020, I think August, September of 2020 or so. And I was already buying crypto throughout 2018 and 19. And this was the moment to exit based on this distribution, right? Where you had the, I wish I would have sold more, and buy more at lower, right? Kind of thing. But you never sell everything. You never sell everything at the top, and you never buy everything at the bottom, right? You could just accumulate, you distribute, all right? You sell, you know, slight portion of your portfolio. You buy your DCA, right? You never exactly sell the high and exactly buy the low, guys. That is, you know, close to impossible, right? I don't know many people that do that, or anybody that does that. You just accumulate, right? And sell little chunks if you're in profit. So this scenario, I'm not really taking it too serious, purely based on the volume. it just looks still pretty good that we could be in a reaccumulation. Of course, we do have the institution adoption, businesses, even countries, right, coming in with the adoption, taking Bitcoin into consideration. So we could very much be in an accumulation. Okay, volume is still slightly higher on the movements up than on the movements down. So altcoin season, I think so. Still haven't sold any altcoins on just the little flips that we talked about in the accumulation of October and November, right? There's only a few that I managed to get out and get some profits, right? As you know, if you're a long follower, which was Constellation DAG, Fowler Network, PRQ. There was only a bunch of them, not many, that we managed to hit a target. I managed to hit a target and I got out, right? But the long-term holds, such as Chainlink, still nothing. Small little low caps as well. Cadena, I haven't sold anything. Still holding them, guys, and looking for a recovery at some point. So the question is, will we get that altcoin season? Will it happen? We are still leaning on the 4-year cycle theory. It hasn't been broken. There's no such thing as it being broken, right? The big major drops on the Bitcoin dominance do happen throughout March, April. Will it happen this time? Well, it did happen in 2017. It did happen in 2021. Will it happen in 2025? Will it happen? That is the question. Well, with a little bit of 4-year cycle theory, history doesn't have to repeat. We are leaning on this side that it's very much a possibility. Bitcoin dominance has had a massive uptrend throughout the last 2 years. Maybe it's time for a nice pullback where we finally get some altcoins popping. Now, this time is completely different. We know that. Why? There's millions of tokens, right? Cryptos being created the last year. We've got so much BS cryptos, it's kind of damaging the industry, right? So it's important for you to get into very solid projects. Yeah, Cardano, it's a great project. XRP, Chainlink, right? Render, right? AI, people that love AI. Pyth, which is another oracle, right? Get into very solid, fundamental projects, which you can make a 4 or 5x realistically in the near future. If you want to go down the rabbit hole with altcoins and meme coins and pump fun, right? And a deck screen, look for the next launches. They're very low cap, and it's good to flip $1,000 into $2,000 maybe. Or maybe making $2,000-$3,000, but they're usually very low liquid. So I'm not really interested in playing that game, right? Anyway, so something interesting as well, maybe for any new subscriber as well. History doesn't need to repeat, but anybody that is new and hasn't been following the channel throughout the last few months, another reason to believe that the altcoin season could very likely happen is the money flow, right? Anybody that is not aware, I'm very much sure that many of you are aware of the money flow, right? This is what we do have based on the previous cycles. I mean, Ethereum, we do expect it to pump at some point, right? It is still the largest ecosystem out there. Solana is, has been the favorite, ecosystem, right? Blockchain project from this altcoin season that we've had, this uptrend that we've had the last couple of years. However, we haven't seen much money flow, right? And it's very difficult right now throughout different altcoins because there's millions being created. But I think the good projects should take that, nice pump. There's many that are just going to die and they're just going to be relatively flat. Okay, it's just part of the game. Lots of altcoins just kind of die off and stay pretty much flat with a very low market cap. But the good projects should eventually see some money flow, right? And we're talking about, Chainlink, XRP. XRP has been doing great. Solana, ADA. And I think there's more money flow to come in on these altcoins. And something that we want to take into consideration based on the previous cycle is, not only the previous cycle, the previous cycles. In 2017, we had Bitcoin topping out at a 330 billion market cap. When we take a look at the total three, this also peaked out at a 340-50 billion market cap. the same market cap as Bitcoin. That's when money flow went into altcoins, right, from Bitcoin as well. And we got a new fresh money coming in eventually because of the hype. And it peaked out more or less at the same market cap than Bitcoin. Same happened in 2021, where Bitcoin peaked out just over $1 trillion market cap, right? 1.2, 1.3 if you do consider the November peak. And altcoins also, right, this is excluding Ethereum, also peaked around about the $1.1 trillion. Same market cap where it peaked. This was in November. Almost reached the trillion here in the summer, right, just before the summer of 2021. Now, what is interesting, eventually Bitcoin, you know, we got big players. Now, big players are probably not going to put their money in altcoins, and they just want to have Bitcoin for the long term, right? So now we have a little bit of institutional money with this bull market that we've had throughout the last 2 years on Bitcoin. And the market cap, of course, has increased as well based on the ETF and based on, you know, there's big players that are holding Bitcoin. Are these big players going to sell some of Bitcoin to speculate on some, you know, your favorite meme coin? You know, very unlikely. That's not going to happen. So the money flow this time is probably going to be different because the people that have invested in Bitcoin the last 2 years, they're serious players, and they ain't going to play around with their millions, right, into your favorite altcoin. So this is something that we really need to consider. But it's funny to see that on the 2 previous cycles, which we could consider they were not big institutions, still maybe a couple of them, but not many, right, on the 2021 bull market. But now we do. But the fact that Bitcoin's at 2 trillion and the altcoins, excluding Ethereum, is at 1 trillion. And the history doesn't need to apply. Every cycle is different. This is why we got institutional money now, on Bitcoin. But the last 2 peaks, we peaked out at the same market cap as Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's at 2 trillion market cap now, right? 1.9. You know, could we get that extra run up here on altcoins as the previous cycles? It's just something, you know, just something interesting, just a little bit of data and history that we consider. But I understand that this time, who's investing in Bitcoin is other players, and they ain't going to play around with money flow here to buy, you know, Shiba Inu or any of other. I mean, Shiba Inu has got its ecosystem, but, you know, you get the deal, right, into these different altcoins. Anyway, let's go through comment section. What's going on with Bitcoin? Bitcoin's getting a little bit of a pumpy action. I mean, this could be the local low. Anybody that got into the long, anyway, the bearish case, I want to go on to the comment section, but yeah, the bearish case, this doesn't look good at all to consider an impulse correction. And now you're just building up here a double 1 2 1 2. You got the third wave 1 2 3 4 5. You're going to form another 4 5 4 5 to finish your third wave. You've hardly got beneath this level. So is the third wave ever so slightly going to go beneath this low? And then the bounce, it just doesn't look very strong for the bears here. Even though a lot of people might think that it's not looking good for Bitcoin, like someone said at the beginning of the stream. You know, I am favoring here slightly the bulls just because this movement down doesn't look too promising. Even though it looks roll over, right? It looks like it's going to roll over. But the same applied here, right? I did get a few comments saying, you know, people are feeling more bearish with this rollover. But we mapped out, you know, the Elliott wave theory here, and considering this impulse to the upside that we had on Wednesday, and we were leaning very much on the bullish side, saying, guys, you know, we're probably going to sweep up these lows and we're going to get the pump, which we finally did after this scary move down. But we got the reaction where we wanted that reaction. And when you don't consider Elliott wave theory and good levels of confluence, the average Joe will pop out their RSI and they will say, we are overbought on the 1 hourly RSI, right? Because we've been uptrending here throughout Friday. That means that we should correct down. I told you that we were going to roll over, and then bang. We don't trade like that. Eventually, we were very much interested on that fake out to the downside and look for the pump. So I understand that the average Joe will see this more bearish, and that we're going to roll down to the low instead of popping out to get above 98K. So when I do take a look at this price action based on the analysis on Bitcoin at the beginning of the stream, right, considering the bullish case, which they have a chance, guys, you know, we just need to lean on the different probabilities, and if they have a chance, they have a chance. When you consider this price action, if you're considering this extremely bearish, it doesn't look too bearish in my opinion, right? So, and when we count the bearish case, you know, it has to be a very, very shallow move down. I mean, it could be multiple 1-2s here, and you're just building up for the massive fall off. But it doesn't look too great. And we've got very good, strong bullish CVD divergence, which means that there are people shorting the market throughout the weekend, especially on Bybit. Just a few million, nothing too serious. But there are some, you know, there are more shorts ever so slightly entering the market here, which is eventually, you know, giving a good possibility to the bulls to get that reversal. Anyway, let's go right away through the comment section. Say hello to the beautiful community. Now, yes, okay. Remember, guys, take advantage of that week's bonus. I'm not sure how long this is going to go for, but you get $100 just by signing up and linking your phone number. And you get $100 in the next 24 to 48 hours once you get that verification of your phone number. $100 bonus just for signing up. And, you know, take advantage. You can use this $100 to trade and keep the profits, right? If you can, you know, flip this to 200 to 300, you know, just use it, guys. It's free money, basically. So that's a nice little bonus for anybody that, you know, wants an, you know, $100 and, you know, start with their trading skills. Of course, for the more experienced weeks, you just need an email and a password. And for the big players, up to $30,000 bonus. The more you trade, okay, the more you deposit and trade, you're going to get airdrops, okay, when you move large volume of thousands of dollars. Okay, so I mean, this is also great for the bigger players to get some extra cash to increase their capital. You can only apply for this bonus if you sign up with the second link down below, guys. Okay, this is a special bonus for the followers. And you also get 50% fee reduction on your trades, which is, you know, what more can you ask? 50% fee reduction on your trades. Now, yes, guys, let's go right away through the comment section. What are the people saying? The average Joe have been bearish since BTC was at 16K. Whew. Hey, I have to say, I had a little bit of bearish moments back in 2023. I can't say, you know, you guys know I'm not a perfect guy. But with this movement, I was, you know, there were signs of being just locally, guys, you know, just locally. You know, there were signs of, you know, what if this has been a wave, you know, obviously spotting this ABC flat as well. You know, beautiful double bottom right there. But with this double top saying, oh, you know, could we roll down ever so slightly more before we get the uptrend? Eventually, this was time to be bullish. You know, we're very much saying this is the low. You know, could we go lower and then higher? But this ended up in a flat. So you just, with this information, of course, you have more data, right? When you SFP and then you're like, okay, this is looking pretty damn good. Double 1-2s here and then rocket. But yeah, there was a moment, you know, we always consider the bullish and the bearish case, right? We always consider it. But I was accumulating Bitcoin throughout this zone very aggressively since we lost the low here. You know, this was a zone of accumulation, guys. Bitcoin at 25, 20K. Wow, this was just... And I remember a lot of people saying we're going down to 10K, right? You know the 10K is, right? Anybody that has been in the industry here for the last few years knows that there was a lot of 10K calls throughout X, throughout YouTube, throughout, you know, the sentiment was horrendous. And they were calling for lower, much lower levels, right? Bitcoin will go down to 10K. I didn't give a damn based on my investment portfolio. I was buying every single dip and pump, whatever. I was accumulating here throughout this range. I didn't care, right, for the long term. This is a bear market, guys. This is where we want to buy. It doesn't matter if we go lower, we buy more. This will end up recovering, right? So, but having, you know, a lot of people miss out. The people that have the mentality or, you know, investing in crypto that say we're going to go lower, I'm going to buy lower, I'm going to buy at 10K. They miss out big time, or they buy it like later, right? When they see the sign of strength, they don't get a good average entry zone. So, yeah, regarding, I was very happy with the investments done the last few years on Bitcoin. You know, it was the moment to just buy whatever you can at 20K, 25K, 15K, or 10K. It doesn't matter, right? It's in the next couple of years, we're going to head up to 100K, right? Which here we are, right? Fast forward to the future. It's just in the same. In the next few years, we're going to head to $1 million. You don't believe it till you see it. But did you invest? Not in this cycle eventually, right? I don't say that we're going to go to $1 million, but yes, in a few years, without a doubt, guys, without a doubt, we will see Bitcoin at $1 million at some point in our lifetime. Unless you're 90 years old right now watching, you're probably going to miss it. But for anybody that's in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, you know, we will see Bitcoin at $1 million, which will be fascinating to see. Many calls for $5,000. Yeah, even $5,000. Yeah, who called 30K BTC last August? Now they call for 60K BTC now. Yeah, I know. Woo! Easily, we got CBM here. CBM has joined the Sunday live stream. Bitcoin is and will always be king. That is totally true. This is why having the largest chunk of your portfolio being 30% or 50% or 60% or 80% has to be Bitcoin, right? The largest chunk of your portfolio has to be Bitcoin. I've got a hit on some altcoins, but when I check Bitcoin and I check Chainlink, okay, because Chainlink is a little bit dangerously too high of my portfolio. I'm really considering Chainlink. I am a strong believer in Chainlink. It will be very much needed as we do adopt more blockchain technology. But anyway, CBM, shout out to you, my man. Shout out to you guys. Anybody that doesn't know who CBM is, 𝗬𝗏𝗍𝗍, shout out to my brother here in the comment section, guys. If you don't know who he is, I'm going to pin his YouTube channel because he talks news, even a bit of technical analysis, fundamental analysis, you know, the greatest news, the latest niches. I know a lot of you do follow him already, but he is in the pinned comment, okay? Check him out right away. 𝗬𝗏𝗍𝗍. It is this dude right over here that is, you know, providing just great crypto content, okay? Check him out right away. You got him in the pinned comment. I'm continuing through comment section, guys, just keeping this Sunday stream a little bit of a chilly. We've talked about Bitcoin and the levels. Let's just clean the kitchen here ever so slightly. There is a chance here. There is a chance. Very boring, just slightly to the downside here throughout the weekend. But we're coming into Monday. Let's see if we open Monday bullish. And I want to ask the community. I want to ask the people. Will Bitcoin be bullish or bearish this week, guys? Let's see what is the sentiment. Will Bitcoin be bullish or bearish this week? Let me know, guys. Bullish, bearish. Let's go. Let me know, guys. I want to know your opinion, right? I want to know your opinion, and I want to know if you love me as well, guys. You know, we just added that, right? We just added that to the answers of this question. Why not? You know, maybe some people love me. I should have put I hate you. Damn. I should have put I hate you because I probably would have got a few I hate yous. We'll put that in the next poll. We'll put that in the next poll, right? We got 15%. I'm sure 𝗬𝗬𝘂𝗿𝗫 or crypto by 𝗬𝗫, they probably put I love you. I know so. I know so. 𝗬𝗬𝘂𝗿 loves me. Shout out to you here. He's in the comment section. Option 3. I knew it. My man, much love to you. I hope you're doing well. I love you, says Alec. I'm short-term bearish, but long-term bullish. Yeah, long-term always bullish on Bitcoin. There's no other option. There's no other option on Bitcoin. There's no long-term bearish. It does not exist. So eventually it has to be long-term bullish, right? Who's long-term bearish on Bitcoin? Is there anybody long-term bearish on Bitcoin? I don't know. Maybe there is. Did you play futures? Yeah, I trade, if that is a question. Yeah. Short-term bullish. There we go. Let's see the votes. We got a lot of people bullish for this week. Okay. The question on the poll was this week. Okay. Entering this week. Okay. Bullish means, okay, we get above 98K, 99K, right? We start seeing some pumps trying to hit $100,000 again, right? Just a pump of a few $1,000s. That is bullish this week. Bearish this week will obviously be claiming $94,000, $93,000, right? So if we talk about the week, bullish would be from this downtrend, right? We start heading to $100,000. That would be a bullish week, and a bearish week would be heading down below 94,000, right? There's the bullish week and the bearish week. Which is your direction? And I can see most are saying bullish, which is making me worried. There's 26% that is bearish. We got 15% saying that they love me. Wow, that's incredible. Long-term bearish seems like an oxymoron. The majority are always wrong. I will play the role of the bear this week. Joshua, very true. This is why this poll is interesting, right? If there's so many people bullish, including myself, we might be wrong, guys. We might be wrong. But we have been bearish throughout the last couple of weeks. And we've had a pretty nice pump here. So I have to lean on, yeah, a pump is very possible. Maybe then bearish. But I think we can get that pump this week to get above 100K. I think there is a chance, okay? There is a chance, and we just need to trade the chance at the levels of interest. If we lose those levels, guys, very, very difficult here, okay? There is that naked point of control at 95.6K zone with the golden pocket from the low to the high. It would be rare to miss out on that low. It wouldn't be a great double 1-2 because we formed a 3-wave structure here. So if we do come down, I would only consider this as a long scalp, guys, as mentioned, right? The naked point of control that we do have here. And a scalp is a scalp, okay? We pump $500 or $1,000. We can scratch some profits. Naked point of control right there with the golden pocket. But I wouldn't lean on the probability of a double 1-2 here. And the main reason why is because on the second one, we have a very 3-wave structure still, right? We are considering a double 1-2 here, very possible. But if we lose this low, then, you know, this is very 3-wavy. And there's no such thing as a 3-wave in an impulse 1, right? It needs to be a 5-wave. If we would have seen this and then this, then I would say, yeah, this looks good. But it's very 3-wavy. And any movement down here in this zone is probably just going to be a short-term bounce. Okay, so I mean, depending on how we move up here later on, but would be very defensive, guys. Very, very defensive. If we come down here, it could. I'm looking for a reaction bounce, but I would be skeptical on the price. Really making a big move up here, as a double 1-2 is really not an option based on this 3-wave move up on this movement, right? It's not an impulse. So yeah, just taking that into consideration. Let's continue here with the comment section. I think we retest $92,000 at some point, says Mattia. we do test $92,000. We do have a naked point of control here at 93.8. But yeah, $92,000. So ever so slightly this low or higher low. Very, very possible. Very, very possible. Anyway, legends, thank you very much. We got some levels, some scenarios. Tomorrow will be new, fresh price action. What's going to happen next? We'll be updating you, of course, as always. We'll be doing another live stream tomorrow. Remember, for all of those interested in trading, right, and that do have experience, take advantage of the $100 that you do get on weeks, guys. It's for free. Sign up, link your email with your phone number. You'll be getting airdropped $100 on your futures account in the next 24 to 48 hours. For the big players, you got larger bonuses, guys. The more you trade, the more bonuses you're going to get on your futures platform that is used for your trading, with a 50% fee reduction, only with the second link down below here for weeks, guys. Check it out right away. Take advantage of that free money. And I will see you tomorrow on the live stream.